This station rules the nation. Truth FM 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia.
Love the theme song. Go on and on. The last time we said the sound of the conga. Good morning, folks. Welcome to the TBS, the True Breakfast Show. Thursday morning, 96.1, the hot and soul of Liberia. Never give up hope under any circumstances or situations, no matter how bad it may seem right now, because there is hope and things will be better if you don't give up. And my friend, no matter what life hands you, believe in your worth and never give up. Never give up. Never give up hope under any circumstances, no matter how bad the situation. Once there is life, there is hope. Good morning, folks. Welcome to the TBS. Good morning to the 15 counties. Good morning, Lofa. Good morning, Nimba. Good morning to Musa Hassan Bellet. I'm hearing that he's back in band. Not what your country can do for you, or what you can do for your country. Good morning, Lofa. Good morning, Man Gibby. Grim Bassett. Good morning. Good morning, Maryland. The home of the speaker, Dr. Buffett Chambers. Good morning to you. Good morning, Bug County. The home of the Vice President, Joel Howard. Chief Dr. Joel Howard Tiller. Good morning. Good morning, Maryland County. The home of ABC. Is that better in the comments? Hey, the Maryland people, they don't play with the palm butter business. The Sophistic Grand Crew as well. And you crop palm butter, namu trouble. Good morning to the home of Black President, Grand Crew County. Good morning to ya. Signer, good morning. River says, good morning, Bapalu. Grand Kidman County, good morning. The love of liberty matters, yeah. The love of liberty matters, yeah. Let justice be done to all. Tewon Gongolo says, I don't greet him. Good morning to you, Tewon say Gongolo. You know, Tewon Musa Bellete's house, the same county, you know, Nima County. Good morning, Tewon. So beginning now, start the greet you. Tewon Gongolo, good morning. Good morning, Ambassador. Work out of home of you, Lofa County. Good morning. In the midst of all, we'll say country first. My name is Asamba. This is Asamba Oni Roberts. Cyprine Kollie is back on his feet. Never give up. To get on here to share your breakfast straight up to 10 o'clock this morning. Good morning to our silent listeners. Good morning, Cyprine. How you doing this morning? It's great to see you back. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Odile. And I'm happy to be back. Thank you so much for the prayers and the concern. I'm happy to be back and I'm alive and well. It is by His grace.
You know what the listener says? Cyprine should drink Jolobo.
No, what I'm doing now is...
Yeah, he said you drink Jolobo.
I'm learning from this motivational quote. It says, Exercise not only changes your body, it changes your mind, your attitude, and your mood.
Damn it,
I will
exercise.
exercise more. And my treatment.
The day difficulty going in the gym. The next day, you won't wake up soon. You know, when you exercise, you yourself, if you don't exercise, you decide just to go jog and walk around. The next day, the aftermath.
Exercise is a therapy.
It's a therapy.
Yeah.
But if you do it on Saturday, you won't see yourself waking up on Sunday.
Sunday morning, you might end up missing your service, and you have to go to church. You will miss the service. But good morning to all of my friends. The concerns. Too many calls.
Yeah.
Yeah, too many calls. But I appreciate all of you. I'm happy I'm back. And I'm back for good.
Yeah.
Back for good.
Great. What's up? How you doing this morning?
But I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm going to talk issue. 5:30 in the morning, the old man placing a call.
I said, you can speak to me.
Tell us, why is it you guys, you don't greet me? I said, tell which content? He said, look at that. I get teachers, but go to teach politicians sometimes. Yeah, so which content? He said, you can say that. You know, Muzai are that you must go to the chairman now. He said, you know, Muzai are from the same contact. Also, tell me you from Nimba.
Yeah, he's from Nimba.
Yeah, I know, but you got teasing sometimes.
Yeah, he's from Nimba.
Welcome. It's a running edition of the Breakfast Show. Good morning to all of you in the midst of what we say country friends. Yes. We reach our kids to say country friends because we don't have nowhere to be deported from. Like, where is our home?
There is nowhere like home.
Nowhere like home.
Home is home.
Let's give you the lineup. I'm not certain we're going to have the papers today. I just got the information on that. So we'll have our minimal studio chat. Get the lines activated 5 minutes from now to speak to your leader until 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock this morning. We're going to bring on veteran Liberian journalists. Yes, I love to sit with veteran. Yes, veteran Liberian journalist Victor Hoxton, who's visiting Liberia. Victor is here. Will share some experience with us. He's the president, the CEO of Kansas Public Telecommunication Services. The community PSB lesson serving as the airwaves live stream. He's a live television host as well. He's been in the business for a very long time. He's a veteran. He shares some experience with us from 8 o'clock until 8:30 this morning. Then at 8:30, we'll bring on a team from the Booker Washington Institute. Yes, I remember the JMB said when he wins the presidency, that whole BWI, you turn it to IT Center, IT University. Anyway, so the team from BWI will sit with us and talk what's happening within BWI. I'm hearing there's some kind of collaboration.
Yes, the signing of the joint resolution by administration of both University of Liberia and Booker Washington Institute to offer associate degrees in agriculture, accounting, and electrical engineering through affiliation. So that's what we're going to be looking at. This partnership between the University of Liberia and the Booker Washington Institute that's going to be geared towards the granting of associate degree.
So what is in our partnership? Mr. Jacob Biswe, Vice Principal for Instruction, Reverend Moses T. Bondo, Job Placement Coordinator, and Sam Sumo Parboy. Me and the guy argue for a new all the time. He said, Sam Sumo Parboy. He's a Media and Public Relations Officer. They'll sit with us from 8:30 until 9:05 this morning. We'll bring you commercials, pulse, entertainment. The fastest moving network, Orange, is proud to present the Truth Breakfast Show. 9:15 this morning, we'll bring on District Number 6 Representative Expired. Yeah. Wait a minute again, sir.
Gotoro. He wants to unseat Reverend Samuel Anders in District 6. That district is going to be...
I said more than 30 aspirants will come for District Number 6. So Martin said, cool out and worry now. No, Martin said you prefer that district to have even 40 aspirants, you know.
He said he's not going to be deterred.
SG, that air. Yeah, so after Sid Gutolo will sit with us from 9:15 up to 10 o'clock this morning, right here on the Breakfast Show, sharing breakfast with us. So good morning to all of you. Hands up to all of you listening up to the broadcast this morning. Let me tell you what's happened yesterday. Welcome again. Yesterday, as soon as we started the show, I received this text message. There's a huge gathering at this rest dealer, this rest importer. We were hearing that they've been compared to sell flour, to buy flour before, been sell the rice.
Okay.
Yes. So as I learned the information in a high profile from the house's leadership, immediately, look, information can circulate, Cyprine. The moment I announced that the Fuani brothers should stop this, or we are getting this information. You buy 30 bags of flour before you get 100 bags of rice. Immediately, I announced that on the radio. A high profile from the house's leadership drove straight, along with other media institutions, that went straight to Finding Brother to make sure the situation to see. So, good morning to you, Dr. Buffer Chimber. The speaker drove yesterday strictly because the house's leadership have been having meeting back and forth with the importers. So we'd like to see, today is Thursday, we want to see what happened up today, if the same situation is still going on.
Yes, very recently, I remember the house's leadership had a meeting with some of the dealers, and they made it categorically clear to the leadership of the house that they were not comparing people to buy, commodities that are quite different from rice before getting rice supply. That was what they made. That was what they told the house's leadership. So if they're doing contrary to what they told the house's leadership, that is deception. Complete deception, because they actually told the house's leadership that they weren't comparing people to buy goods and commodities that they don't want to buy only because they want them to buy rice. So that was, you can say one thing,
no,
and then you do something different. If your information that you provided yesterday is true, is anything to go by, then it means that that institution has lied to the house's leadership, and there should be some actions taken. Honorable Buffer's Chambers, I know you had meeting with these people. They told you, they categorically told you that they were not doing it. Why are they doing it now? So let's. I hope that what Oni is saying. I hope that's not the truth.
Yeah, we are watching.
Yeah, if it is true that yes, you are comparing people to buy flour and buy other commodity before you supply them rice, then that means you lied to the house's leadership, and Speaker Barbara Shima should be angry.
Yes, but we must commend the speaker immediately. I'm sure he had another agenda for that day, but at the moment that we will start to announce in the raise alarm, he drove strictly and took some media institution. So today is Thursday, so I'm waiting to see.
Let's, I hope the speaker will tell us what was it what did they found?
Yeah, because there was some closed door meeting with the management.
What did they went there? What did they see? We need to know that. What did they find when you went there? What did you see? Your investigation. What has it proven? We need to. People need to know, because these business institutions, sometimes the way they behave, as if nobody's controlling them, as if they are law and gospel unto themselves. I can come to your business place and I want to buy rice, and then you compare me to buy pen pucks. You compare me to buy other commodities that I don't want, only because that's bad business practice. So if it is true that they are doing it, I think they need to desist, and the house's leadership should be angry that they deceived them.
Okay. Yes, so let's get the lines activated. And unfortunately, we won't have the papers here with us this morning.
Are we not recognizing our Facebook viewers? Some of them are.
We're already done.
Yeah, they guys.
So our guest is out there, Victor Houston.
Yes.
Runs a national broadcaster called the Public Broadcast Service, the PBS, Kansas, a veteran in a way.
And radio, we say radio is time. So that man's a veteran.
The man's a veteran, man's on the ground already. Yeah. So let's get the lines activated for you to speak to your leader.
Call us on 0775-265-94. Now, let me commend the President of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency President George Manaweya, for commissioning Liberia's first medical oxygen plant.
Yeah, the oxygen plant.
Yeah,
it's a big one.
We know what we went through here during the COVID-19 crisis. People needed oxygen.
Ebola.
Yeah, people needed oxygen. They could barely get it.
From Representative Edward Ford, remember his daughter?
Yes,
she passed off.
Nikita Ford.
Yes, she died because there was no oxygen.
Yes, I remember Nikita.
There was no oxygen.
That was during the Ebola time.
The Ebola time.
Yes.
And I mean, it was a sudden thing.
Yes.
He was a certain lawmaker. But, when the government make this kind of progress, we say it.
And you know what, O'Neill? When during the onset of this administration, we used to hear the first. Everything was we the first to do it. Everything we were the first. Okay. Yeah? But at a certain time, it died down. Now it's resurrecting again. I see the first medical oxygen plant. We want to hear more of the first.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first ever football stadium. The first ever, we want to see the first. Okay. That's what we want. Yeah. But I commend the president for this.
Yes, that's a good one. Let's get the lines activated for you to speak to your leader right here on the Breafast Show.
I got
our guest in the studio already. Yes, go ahead.
First call on the line on 0775-265-949. Good morning. Are you there?
Yeah, good morning, people. Cyprine.
Morning.
Yeah, let me say good morning to Osamba. My name is Joe Kamo. I joined you this morning from around the District 2 Rabo International Airport there. People Cyprine, only this morning, I want to speak to our president. People Cyprine, you won't believe that since our referral hospital burned down, the president came and gave a statement that you're going to build a hospital, a serious running hospital. People are suffering. If you come in my giving country now, you will find out that most of the hospitals are down. No medical supply, and there's a only referral hospital we have. So we are calling on the president. Mr. President, we beg you. We can't beg him of office. Please, why you calling us about people? We are calling on you. Please, we need our hospital to be built. We need proper treatment. Thank you for having me on your show.
Thanks a lot. Let's take more calls on 0775 265 949. Good morning.
Good morning, Cyprine.
Yes, sir.
My name is Amara Fofana from Electoral District number 12, Ghana.
Yes, sir.
Cyprine, I'd like to seize this opportunity to remind Senator Dilo, Senator Sir Joseph, and the rest of the 28 senators of our country. What really is the reason of the delay of the Anti-Drugs Act that was passed by the lower house for more than 4 months ago? Are they not aware that every day that passes, there are new recruits from the teenager to the drugs cartel that is killing the future of this country, and that also contributed that is also contributing to the increase of crime rate in our country? We beg them, Senator Santos and Senator Dillon of Boswell Adukati, and the rest of the senators. We ask Senator Amochi, the pro-temporary, we take God to beg you. Not necessarily that your children are going to be here or the other year. It's because of that. Our children, our relatives, are the ones that are actually going through the tough of time because of the proliferation
of drugs.
Or the open sale of drugs in our rural communities.
You're right, Amara.
Thank you so much. And I hope they can listen. And please do follow all the 2 senators. We beg you, because they are always taking issue and running with it. Please send your journalists into their offices to add this specific caution about these drugs, the anti-drugs law that is lying down, behind their necks.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Amara Fofana. Let's take a few more calls because our guest is already in studio. We link up with Onio in studio 2 to conduct that interview with our veteran Liberian journalist who's fresh from the US. Morning. Good morning. Okay, let me take you. Good morning. Morning.
issue there, the government fund it. I always hear the budget and the agriculture ministry is not to establish fund. And all the corporations are doing it. Why did they do it here? And that's what gives so that all I'm going to that the bill was over here, that's trouble. That one old man, 70-some-year-old man.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for making your point on the Truth Breakfast Show. We take 2 more calls and then we link up with our guests in studio to talk a little bit more about journalism. Good morning.
Good morning, Cyprine. I'm Russian speak from Nigeria back on the line. Cyprine, I was trying to speak directly to the educational minister, Professor Arthur Suri. We have gathered reliably that the various schools within Roma County tomorrow will be a regular school day. And then they are intimidating foreign students to leave their classes to go indoors of petition.
Elijah, somebody kick you out. Morning.
Yeah, my name is Smith and I joined this morning from the uncle sent me the letter sent off.
And Smith did. Smith, you the one. You.
CBC Bashor. I just got information yesterday that the 20,000 Chinese money that Bashor received. Then he said to us in the district city, you're going to be executive powers, diverted the money on a school campus project. Yeah, he renovated 7 classes to carry on vocational school in the money or not for that purpose. Also, agreed to be executive powers. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm taking the final call. And then we'll call it a day for the call-in segment on Talk to Your Leaders. We'll get to you to start this interview. Good morning.
Good morning, Cyprine.
Good morning.
Let me say good morning to the Mayor of the podcast. This is Joe, quick before we let the second to my community. Cyprine, if anything goes wrong here in District 2 or what my community comes tomorrow on our program, we should please to change my look. And we're going to on his birthday.
What are you guys planning to do tomorrow? Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much, Joe. Thank you so much. We hope that nothing goes wrong because we're going to keep our eyes on that petition program tomorrow in Margibi County. We're going to leave the course at that because we have our guest in studio. Oni Roberts is on the other side of Studio 2, and our guest is pretty see that. Let me now join the both of you. Good morning.
Thank you so much. Cyprine Kollie, thank you. And like to say good morning again to all of you watching Real TV, Truth FM online. Welcome to the first segment of the TBS, the Truth Breakfast Show on 96.1, the Heart and Soul of Liberia. My name is O'Neill. Well, it's a pleasure to have with us on the first segment, a veteran Liberian journalist, Victor Hoxton, with us to share breakfast with you. Good morning to you.
Good morning, O'Neill. It's a pleasure to be here early this morning.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, journalism is time, and so you respected the time.
Of course, of course. I mean, that's how I've lived all of my life. Time is very important in this business and in anything we do. You know, people should always respect the time of others. And when you have an appointment at 1, you be there on time. You know, or 2, whatever the time is, be there on time. That's what life is all about. Respect others.
Respect others. How you doing health-wise? How's Victor doing? It's good that we know you're still in terms of you doing.
I'm doing great. I'm a little exhausted because I got home kind of late last night.
Okay.
But I'm fine. I'm tough.
How long have you been in country?
Little over almost 3 weeks. Yeah. By the time I leave, it'll be over 3 weeks.
Share your experience a little bit with us. Folks who listen out to the radio, some watch your podcast, your live on YouTube, on Facebook, just everywhere. See this veteran. I mean, it's good to have you on home soil.
Well, thank you. I'm happy to be home. It's I love this country, and I came here because I wanted to relax and to observe, and also to simply make some determinations for the future for myself, and as they relate to Liberia.
Okay, how is it? How do you see the Liberian media as compared? I mean, probably equipment wise and other things will be far beyond. How do you see Liberian media now progressing?
Well, I think it's great to see we have so many radio stations. Television is not as strong as the radio in Liberia. It's time to develop television, make it stronger, but radio is doing fine. We have many. Therefore, I don't know if you're making a lot of money, because the purpose of broadcasting is to educate, inform, and entertain, and you all do that. But do you make money?
Money.
That's the key.
So in the Western world, it's all about
the bucks.
The box.
Yes.
So television, radio is all about the box.
That's right. You don't broadcast establish a radio station to be just to be heard. You do it because it's a business, and it's a powerful medium, influential medium, and we, when you set up a radio station or a television station, you use it in the interest, convenience, and necessity of the public. The public owns the airwaves that we use. And so when we put on a radio station or a TV station, it's not for us to come on to promote ourselves. That's totally unethical. It's to serve the public, educate the public, give them quality entertainment and balanced information at all times, while advertising, selling time in between or during the show to make some money.
And speaking of the advertisement part, I think that's the radio stations struggle with that in Liberia, and so they don't make the money like that. Like we're watching international in China, who see one advertisement. I mean, it's quite enough sometimes.
Right. And if you watch the Super Bowl on television in the United States, 1 30-second spot is about $1 million.
Just for one airing.
For one airing.
One airing.
30-second spot. Yep. And companies go all out to produce commercials that will leave an impact so that you can remember them. So that they spend more than $1 million to pay $1 million to run it once or twice or 3 times. That's $3 million.
Just per sport.
Per spot, yeah. National spots, not
national
local.
Sport.
Yes, yeah.
Great. So your visit to Liberia, I mean, what is it? Like the media. Again, I'm back to the media. The role the media plays to sustain peace and stability. This is Africa. I mean, the media plays a whole role. Let's hear your take on this in keeping the peace of our country.
Well, that's what I said, is to educate people. And when you begin to educate people, it means that you teach them what's right from wrong, because the media is also the fourth estate. You're protected by the laws of the country, freedom of expression. And I'll tell you, any idiot who tries to shut down a radio station or put some broadcaster in jail, you are asking for trouble from the world, because the world has its eyes on you. You can't do that.
I mean, to shut the station down.
To shut the station down, or even jail a journalist for no nonsensical reasons. You cannot. I mean, you no smart leader or person would do that in the world today. So basically, you simply need to really teach people. Use the media to teach. When you talk about keeping the peace, you communicate to the public about what peace means, how it affects the nation as a whole. What does it do to the economy if there's no peace? What does it do to the mindset of the people? What does it do to the children? As a result of that war that we had, I was driving here this morning and I said, "Oh my God, look at kids on bikes going to school." You know, kids in kekes and pempens going to school. This is not right. Those kids and those pempen and kekes drivers, they don't give a you know what about traffic. They just cut in and out, and these are young kids sitting there. They could die. What happened to school buses for our children? What happened to the transportation system? So these are all things that are so important for educational reasons, and we should focus on those things and teach our folks about efficacy in driving, about driving rules and regulations, and how to obey the law. I see people driving this selfishly, and that's not right. You know, and that poses a danger to others.
Yes, I mean, let's go back. The media again, talking about our period just to elections, our general and presidential elections, a month, 10 months, 11 months from now. The role of the media again. I'm back to you because we have watched international wires. We saw Joe Biden, for example, Donald Trump, the Democrat, the Republican. There was some kind of disturbance there that reached all the way to the White House. The role of the media just ahead of our elections.
You should report the facts, be objective, and do not pick sides, because your credibility as a journalist will be at stake. The trust and the believability that people will have in you will be diminished if you begin to play games and take sides and not be neutral. Journalists must always be neutral in reporting the facts and dealing with the public, because you are the voice of the public. You represent them. You represent their thinking and what they want to understand. And this is the problem. And I've talked about the pay to play mentality.
The pay to play?
Yes, mentality, where some of those politicians will come and pay a journalist to make him look good. That's not acceptable.
Pay to play.
Yes. Yeah. It's called pay to play. Payola, in other words. So that is not acceptable. You do not do that, because what you're doing is you're making yourself look small in the eyes of the person who's giving you the money to make himself look good to win an election.
So it shouldn't work in a ballot politics where you see a journalist would just say and promote one politician in Africa and ring insult to another opponent. I mean,
that's unacceptable. That's not good for broadcasters, for journalists, and it's not good for that journalist who's doing that, because you see in the United States, credible, believable, and good journalists make millions of dollars because everybody wants them to come work for them. And as a journalist in the U.S., if you're caught accepting payment to make someone else look good, that's unethical, and you get terminated. And once you get terminated, I mean, there are about 3,000 television stations in America, and how many thousands of radio? Maybe about 8,000, 10,000 radio stations.
Just everywhere.
Everywhere, yes.
Everywhere.
And so you wouldn't be able to get a job if you got caught doing illegal things.
Like we said, the press union here in Liberia. So the union over there just catch you off.
No, no station will hire you, because
no station will hire you.
It follows you. Yeah, you put that on your resume, and the people check your background. I mean, before I get hired to a position in the United States, I would just use this position I have now as president and chief executive officer of PBS Kansas. My credit was checked. My background was checked to see if I had any criminal background. My references were checked.
Wow.
Several times.
Wow.
And when they call the references that I provided, they would ask them, would you give us a name of a person who knows Victor? And they will call those people. You have to be squeaky clean. I'm telling you, Neil, I walk a chalk line, if you know what I mean. There's no diggity about messing around with me, because if I were to mess up or do something illegal or get caught in the wrong part of town, trust me, it will make headlines because I'm Victor Hawkstrom and everybody knows me.
So if Hawkstrom says, for example, on the PBS broadcast, all right, and you have two political parties, the Democrats and the Republican, you won't take side to promote either of them.
No.
What do you do as a journalist?
You ask questions to both sides.
The both sides.
Yes. You ask the same tough questions. You make sure it's balanced because that is your job as a journalist. Balanced programming. And if you cannot do that, then you're not a journalist. So you have to do research. The program that I host called One-on-One with Victor Hawkstrom, and you can find it on YouTube, folks. Check it out on YouTube. It's a lot of research that goes into each program. I don't just jump on camera and begin asking or winging it, as we say in America, trying to bluff my way through an interview. I don't do that. When I'm interviewing people, I interview them because I know them already and I'm prepared for it. And that's how you do as a journalist. If you're doing two politicians, a Republican and a Democrat at the same time, you ask questions and let each other respond and keep it balanced.
Most time in Africa, I would say Liberia, public officials shy away from interviews. You need them to come to speak to the public. You make several calls. You send SMS, WhatsApp messages. How is it like in the U.S.?
They love the microphones in the U.S.
They love the microphones.
They love the cameras and the microphones. Now, if a politician is dodging you and not wanting to appear, listen, public. When the politician is not appearing on the radio or being willing to answer questions, he or she has something to hide. Okay? So journalists, you keep digging and you find it. Trust me.
Keep digging and find.
Yes. You have to do your research. You have to find out. You have to develop sources. People that will whisper things to you in confidence without you as a journalist revealing where you get the information. But you have to protect them because, when push comes to shove, maybe that politician will be so embarrassed he will want to sue you and say, who told you this? And you say, I'm not telling you. In America, reporters go to jail for not revealing the sources. But then there's
for not revealing the sources,
right?
And normally also we keep the sources anonymous,
right?
Yeah. So journalists go to jail for not revealing sources.
Sometimes they try to do that, but we have what we call the protection shield law, and that protects that process. So, we need some a regulatory commission in Liberia to help put some of those things in place. Protect the journalists, yet be fair to all participants. Broadcasting communications are like a free-for-all in Liberia. It's not structured.
No structure.
No. And
I mean, anybody can take the camera and just go live
or a microphone.
A microphone, just go.
Give them a transmitter, yes. So we need to really look into all of those possibilities to really restructure communications in Liberia. The towers all over the place. That's not right. Those towers, some of them transmit radiation, and radiation gives cancer to people.
You mean the broadcast towers?
Yes. We should keep them in a certain location. But then, we don't have people who know or understand what these things are all about. And this is why, and I hope that our government officials are listening because I'm not only a broadcaster or a journalist, I'm a former journalist, actually. I have a background in international relations degrees. I have a degree in political science and mass communications, So when I speak about these things, although I've worked in mass comm most of my life, but I am very interested in helping Liberia and making sure that our country moves to the top.
Yes, our country moves to the top. Let's look at our National Elections Commission issued the timetable line for elections guideline. Normally, if you're watching the foreign news, the U.S., for example, you see just A primary looks like a general and presidential elections.
And it's all year round.
Yes, from states to states.
Mm-hmm.
And looking at the period of campaigning, what's your take on this?
Campaigning should not be restricted.
Should not be restricted.
No, because I'll tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
First, I believe it's an infringement on the rights of the people who are running, on their freedom of expression,
Mm-hmm.
their freedom of choice as to when they express their views and their messages.
So for now, you say you're an aspirant. Maybe you have ambition for this district, and Hoxton is an aspirant. If you say you're a candidate until next qualifies you. So meanwhile, you can start a pre-campaign until how long do you start?
Well, that's a violation if I cannot pre-campaign.
Mm.
I mean, this is my choice, my
Mhm.
freedom
Mhm.
to speak out about what I want to do.
Okay.
Now, here's the other side to that coin.
Mhm.
If you only set aside like 2 months for a candidate,
Mhm.
that's not enough time.
It's not enough.
No,
I mean, 2 months.
2 months not enough time. You know why?
Mhm.
Because people hide things, their crooked behaviors. They hide their criminal activities or criminal behaviors. In 2 months, not enough time to uncover it. So if you let them go for a long time and go, pretty soon people will begin revealing, others may start revealing what you really know or want to know about that candidate. Because you don't, and this is the part of the problem in our country. We do not need uh, 2 months of campaigning and end up with thieves and criminals. That's why I believe it should be extended.
Mhm.
Now, I'm not saying that people in the government are thieves and criminals,
Mhm.
but I'm saying it happens. It happens. And we need to extend the campaigning period in this country so that people fully get to understand who the candidates are.
Africa as a whole, the issue of political parties, multi-political parties, 20 political parties. I mean, going for one seat. Yeah. I mean, what's your take on this? The U.S. will see two political parties, the Democrat, the Republican. How do you choose one of the side? But yeah, we have
Well, sometimes they have an independent candidate,
sometimes.
and sometimes they have three parties. There used to be the Ross Perot,
Mhm.
who ran, and I don't know what happened to that party.
It was years back.
It was years back,
Uh-huh.
right? Yeah, that's a good observation that we have all these candidates running for one office.
Yeah.
And that is not smart.
Gambia recorded 25 political parties.
I think Gambia was trying to make some money.
Okay, make some money.
For the government, yeah. Because when you register your party, you make money, the government makes money, right?
Okay.
So, but I think that's foolish. We should, it's good for the government to make money, but not that way. We should restrict the number. We should tighten the belt as to how many parties a small country like this can have.
Mm-hmm.
It's just 25. And then they end up no one, they're splitting the votes, and you have people who are not really serious.
I mean, the population, just people haven't done a census in almost 12 years now. We assume we're around 5 million. One assumption now, 5 million. Then you have multiple political parties, 20 political parties with this kind of population. So most likely we'll always go for second round.
Right, and that's expensive too.
It's expensive.
Yeah, but nothing's wrong with the second round if that's necessary.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm concerned about is non-serious minded candidates who are establishing political parties just to be heard and to be seen. That happens.
It happens.
Yeah.
The campaign promises. Most politicians would make campaign promises. When they get into power, they don't fulfill it. What's your take?
Well, those are politicians. Don't trust them very much unless they can prove themselves. And that's exactly why we should extend the campaigning period, because you learn more about the honesty of people. You learn more about the real plans of people.
Mm-hmm.
You see, I say during a campaign, there should be a law passed in Liberia that prohibits a campaigner from giving money to people,
mm-hmm.
from buying them stuff and handing it to them. I'm not saying don't give a T-shirt during the campaign process.
Okay.
I'm saying don't quote, bribe the voters
To vote me.
to vote for you.
If you used to vote O'Neill, I gave my voter, each of them $20 to vote me.
Right. I think that should be illegal.
It don't work in the US?
No, nobody gives money. You give to the campaign, you contribute to the campaigner.
You contribute to the campaign.
Oh yeah. That's the way it works.
So why is Africa so different? I mean, this happened everywhere in Africa.
Well, I don't know. I think it's something that no one has really looked at technically before. But here's my whole concern. If I am running to be the president of this country, and I use my money to pay you, to bribe you for your votes, when I win the election, I'll be broke.
You'll be broke.
So how do you think I'll get my money back? Can you answer that? How would I get my money back? That's how corruption starts. Because that leader would think about all the money he spent or she spent and say, no, I got to get my money back. And that's how stealing starts in the government.
I mean, the oldest republic in Africa, 1847, Liberia at the stakes. What's your take on this? When you sit on your international platform and you talk about Liberia, 1847, up to present.
Over 170 years old.
Yeah.
Wow. And we have nothing to show. Not much at all.
You sure about that?
Well,
we have the Civil War for more than 15 years.
No,
the guns are silent. The guns are silent, but the mindset of the people.
But the guns were silent before the Civil War. They were silent before the Civil War. But, something happened in the process that caused that Civil War.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, if you look at, say, the United States, when it was 170 years old, imagine what they were doing, the progress, the development in that country. We all have brains, don't we? We all have God-given talent. Why are we not using ours in Liberia after 170 years of existence? We need to do that because we need to develop this country. I'm a progressive leader. I like to see measurable results. I like to see things for the people. I want to see more jobs, better streets, and the list goes on. Healthcare, education, a system in place.
So 1847 up to now, you see nothing to show.
Right. I mean, do we have anything to show?
I guess you follow the precedents. And the different precedents. We have the former president Charles Taylor was in Hague. Right. Ellen Johnson served 12 years, and we have now President George Weah. Right. And yes, often go for re-elections. What's your take on our general presidential elections coming up?
Well, you have some qualified candidates, and I think you have 3 or 4 leading candidates.
You have Cummins, Ambassador Joseph Boyka, Tewan Gongolo, and of course the incumbent George Weah.
Oh, you didn't include me? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh. Yes, I mean, maybe in future years they'll come.
Maybe in future,
yeah.
But for now, I just hope that the Liberian people will think back and ask themselves this question. Is my life better today than it was 5 or 6 years ago? And if you can answer yes to that or no, then you know what you need to do. Is my life better today than it was 5 or 6 years ago? That is the question that Liberians need to ponder. Think about it. You have qualified candidates. We need to select a person who will continue a tradition of excellence in this country. We have a lot to achieve. We have a lot to work on in this country. The next president would have also a lot to work on, his hands full. I know you look back from Charles Taylor to today, and
Ellen Johnson.
Yes, and Ellen Johnson. Over the 170 plus years, we don't have too much to show. It's not the fault of the current president. It's historical.
The current president.
No, it's not the fault of it.
Maybe he needs another 6 years.
Well, I don't know. That's up to the people.
You don't know.
I don't know.
So journalists don't put them off. Don't interfere into the politics.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
You don't know.
Journalist
the decision life
needs to be neutral at all times. Yes. So whether the people want George Weah or Borkai or Cummings, it's their choice. That's what democracy is all about. But I ask a very important question, and they must think about the answer to that question and vote their consciences.
Wow. Vote the consciences. Let's see if we can get a lines activator for you. His name is George Hoxton. Like veteran Liberian Victor Hoxton. You retired journalist. The microphone is always with you anytime.
Well, I used to be a journalist, but I'm now president and CEO of 6 different companies in the United States.
Wow. Great. Let's get the lines activated out for you. You can ask him some questions. Victor Hoxton, the CEO of is that the PBS Kansas? PBS Kansas 0770 153 265. You have some questions. We'll take a few calls up quickly this morning. Good morning. Morning. Please be audible.
Thank you, O'Neill, and let me say good morning, video guys. O'Neill, this is Sonny B. I listened to your video guys. Actually, let me appreciate him this morning for your education this morning. But I have a question for him this morning, O'Neill. Like you asked him, something in our country, especially after some politicians were giving money to people, and make it clear that for the United States, supposed to be giving money to wrong. So why are you seeing the fact of that in Africa?
What is the cause in Africa? Sonny Yeats, what is the cause? Politicians giving money to people to vote them. Good morning.
O'Neill.
Morning. Be audible quickly. Go ahead.
Okay. My name is Moses Suason. I'm calling you from Phoenix here. Let me appreciate the journalist Hudson in studio. All he's saying, he has the right to vote. I don't know if he has the right to vote. They are startup. I want to say to him.
What do you have the right to vote? He's a Liberian.
Be accepting institution when they have their expertise in. Is he willing to go to University of Liberia in the mass communication department, or is he willing to go to Ministry of Information and say, hey, I'm suggesting XYZ? No, I listened to him on Spoon Talk also, and he sounds so political.
He sounds political.
You ask the question, is our life better than why it was 5 years ago? The question I want to ask is, will the people that tend to change our life, can we trust them too?
Can we trust them too? So it's a back-to-back question. Good morning. Morning. Please be audible.
This is Festus from Semiseka. Appreciate this today guest.
I'm struggling to hear you, so you have to be audible, please.
Into media and I just want to say this. I don't know how does he view the current Nigeria with respect to how they hold our leaders accountable in terms of promises they make when they office, the action of that they, on the livelihood of the Liberian people.
Okay.
What are you guys?
Hold a leader accountable.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's speak on Amara for final phone. Thank you so much. Good morning, Amara.
Good morning, O'Neill.
Morning.
Good morning to your guest, Mr. Huff.
Good morning.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I phone in from a densely populated township of Gardnerville. I listened to your guest, O'Neill, attentively. O'Neill, I want to ask him a question as a journalist. Have you met Mr. Cummings before?
No.
The past 1 month?
No, never met him. No.
Have you spoken to Mr. Cummings on phone before?
No.
Okay. Now, you as a Liberian journalist who have all of the experiences and you are explaining, if you are told to make a choice, today is an election.
Okay, you make a choice.
For the sake of transparency and accountability, and also because people believe in your level of analysis that you should be the one to influence the voter. Who will you choose with the names?
Okay, who will you choose? Well, thank you, Amara. Let's speak our last call of time. Good morning.
Good morning, my dear brother Odi. How are you?
Morning, fine. Go ahead.
Thank you, Oni. This is B. Jiplin Yiswa. Only let me say good morning to the veteran, and they say that you bring to the table for the discussion. O'Neill, two things I pick up from his explanation. One has to do with politicians ditching out money, and at the end of the day, after the election, then voters, we expect them to do better, or which we don't know where they got the money from. One. Two, is your life yesterday and today. That's the determination that Liberation made in 2023.
At the ballot bags. Thank you. Thank you, JB Niswa. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Yes. So you listen up to the caller. We're constrained with time now. We have our next guest. You listen up to the callers. Yeah. You care to respond to them.
Well, I don't know why the guy asked me which one I would select because I'm not familiar with any of them very much. I have observed what the country looks like. And if I were to use that as a measuring stick, then, but I have nothing to go against that to use to compare with what the platforms are for the other candidates. So if you're listening, caller, I am still neutral. I'm a journalist. I'm not, even if I knew who I was going to support, I'm not going to tell you that.
As a journalist.
As a journalist, yes, because I have a right to vote.
At the ballot box.
At the ballot box, exactly. Okay. So. And what's the other one?
He asks about if your life better after 5 years, you make that decision.
Right. Yes. I mean, yeah. Again, that's a very important question for the viewers or the listeners. You have to decide for yourself. You have to make that determination. I care about Liberia. And that Yinswa guy that called, I think he must be he must be a crew guy. One eye.
Not Fuede.
I'm crew too.
Yeah, there's another caller who's so concerned. Why is a politician influence voters with money?
Because
in Africa.
Because our voters here are not smart and very smart and educated, most of them. And that's the problem in Africa. We are not, when you dangle a few dollars or a few whatever currency they have in the countries, people jump and say, oh yeah, I'll take it, because we are poor in Africa and we have need for the cash. And when we see the cash, we sometimes sacrifice our souls. And that's not a good thing. That's why your job, O'Neill, and the job of other stations is to educate our people about the value, the importance of voting, and the fact that paying them for a vote should not be acceptable to them, because then when you're paid, you have no more voice. I mean, you're selling your voice. You're selling your rights. You have nothing else you could say.
I'm sure you're going to vote next year. Don't know call us concerned about that. You're going to be voting next year.
If I'm here, or if I'm back here, I will vote. And if the government allows us to vote from abroad,
no, that won't work to vote online.
No, well, not
so
online,
you come back home.
You can go.
You're a CEO. You fly back home and take the registration period. You register. The next day you come and get your vote.
Yeah, maybe I could do that.
Thanks so much. Thanks so much for coming through this morning. I appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Yes. Great, folks. We have the CEO from the PBS Kansas, Victor Hoxton, with us on the Breakfast Show. Let's take our break. We'll come back. We'll bring out the folks from the BWR on the second segment of the TBS. Don't go away after this break.
How a road you're leaking from the main road behind AG going to Pacific. We've been working on the road as a concerned citizen almost 2 years. The road is barred up. So we are calling on government, we are calling on our representative, we are calling on our senator, we are calling on some Liberians to come and help us on the road.
Tell us about the importance of this road when it is fixed.
Oh, you will have shortcut living from here to LPRC. You have the other shortcut living from here going to Chicken Factory main road. It will be good for us.
Cars can move on the road?
Yes, because of the bridge when they cannot going. We had to post stake. Though we bought it, 3,500. About we put there for motorboat to be passing, but now it break. And we tire bailing with our hand. So we are calling on our people to help us.
Why are you calling on the people to help you? The community, somebody will say, but why are you doing it more yourself to help yourself?
Oh, we've been concerned for almost 3 good years. I'm the PRO for the concerned citizen.
You've been working on the road?
Yes!
Doing what?
We've been facing the road. There was no motorboat coming in. Through the concerned citizen, we came up and we start making motorboat coming in. Cars start coming in. But that one bridge making us the road not living to Pacific.
How populated is the community?
Oh, we have up there about 15,000. If you come to Chikitu Factory in district number 12, we are live.
Including children, right?
Yes. When you put children, they are talking about voting, people that will vote. You put children there, they plenty more than that.
The bridge you're talking about, what kind of bridge you want built here?
My brother are looking for somebody to build that bridge where car will be passing.
I mean concrete.
Concrete bridge, car passing, women will be passing on it, black men passing on it, BB car passing on it. That road there for all of us.
Have you ever asked, as the spokesperson for the community, have you asked anybody for assistance before?
We've been asking people when some people get us $200 to buy rest, some people get us $50. The community chairman, everybody aware of the concerned citizen. This time around, we tired working with shovel. We tired asking people say, "Yo, please help us with shovel." Now we want for government to come and we want for representatives to come, we want for big people to come to help us on the road. If they help us on the road, it will be good for us.
Why to bring you cross rock?
Oh, my brother. I was sleeping on the iron. Then you bring my 12 for me. I will be happy.
They have done it again.
What excitement! Share the good news now.
My pikin tried to Cote d'Ivoire yesterday, and he still calling me on a number. He still browsing on the
Nothing makes me more relaxed than being able to work and stay connected without interruption, whether I am at home or away.
They have done it.
More travels, more possibilities. With a just released roaming data bundle for travelers to Cote d'Ivoire, Guinea-Conakry, and Mali, you can now stay connected on the go. Dial *535# to activate a plan ranging from $1 for 25 megabytes to $20 for 1 gigabyte.
Reverend Moses T. Bundo is the Job Placement Coordinator, BWI, and Sam Smo Barber Sr. is the Public Relations Officer at the Booker Washington Institute. They're here this morning to talk about the signing of the joint resolution by the administrations of both University of Liberia and the Booker Washington Institute. So that's why we're here to talk about education this morning. Let me say good morning to you and welcome to the True Breakfast Show.
Yeah.
Yes, I just want to match the name with the faces. So, okay. Yeah, Mr. Bruno, welcome. I mean, normally I read your announcements for BWI, I see these names, but to match them with the faces, that's why I gave me. So you are Samson Baba, yes. Good morning, welcome. Great to have all of you in studio. It's a pleasure of having you. Let's talk about this latest talk about this. This is a progress. When you look at it, this is a progress for the both institutions. You can talk about it a little bit. Let me begin with. I know you can take it.
Thank you very much, Cyprine and listening public. For well over a decade, administrators of the Booker Washington Institute have been striving hard to elevate the school to a degree granting entity. And in 2016, the present principal, Anthony Harris Marcano, he started on the same footing, striving with the backdoors and other senior administrators and faculty to make sure that the school reaches a degree granting entity. So, at about 2019, we started discussion with other universities. Cottington came on board and had some series of discussion. At the same time, we engaged the University of Liberia and we were also in discussion. And by the time we were thinking that it was good to affiliate with the Cottington University, the board of governors of the Booker Washington Institute had a meeting with the principal, and there they brainstormed and they thought, wow, that it was prudent to affiliate with the government-run university, which is the University of Liberia. So since 2021, we have been active discussion. Sometime in November, especially November 24, we had a joint meeting at the
theater at the Fender campus of the University of Liberia, where the Joint Faculty Senate was present in full, and we presented a petition to them that BWR wanted to progress to a degree granting institution. That petition was voted upon by the Senate faculty of the University of Liberia, and we received an overwhelming endorsement from them that indeed it is good that BWR, being a renowned institution as it is, affiliate with the University of Liberia to begin the process. And in that petition, we agreed that we will start with 3 of the career areas.
Okay, all right. Okay, at least we have an idea now. 3 of the career areas, namely agriculture, accounting, and electrical engineering, right? Now, so what's going to be the role of BWR and that of the University of Liberia towards this degree granting process?
The syllabus, the curriculum used, would that be that of the Booker Washington Institute, will be completed that of the University of Liberia, and the University of Liberia will be using BWR faculty, and when necessary or appropriate, people will come from the university to help with some of the courses, but I'll be teaching the work going to be done by faculty of the Booker Washington Institute. Now, the students who are going to pass through the process will receive 2 diplomas. One from the Booker Washington Institute, a diploma in a specific area, agriculture. In the agriculture, you will have 3 agriculture-related areas. To be specific, agronomy, animal science, and agriculture extension education, as well as accounting in the business education department and electrical engineering. So the individuals will receive a diploma from BWR as well as a degree from the University of Liberia. And this is best practice around the globe, where institutions that have been existing for long want to transition to a they go where they found out that they are now capable to be on their own, then they start operating as themselves. So we are now affiliating with the University of Liberia using similar pattern.
How long is this this affiliation, this collaboration between the University of Liberia and BWR, how long is it gonna last? Anybody can take it, so that it can just be like Jacob alone. Yeah.
is the so-called president in this initiative. And so
Even though I'm the public relation, but he can go to the platform. He can go on the platform with his called issue, and then from there, the woman will talk more about internship. So I'm getting here to be around them. Maybe where they will not be there, will get picked them up.
Okay, so let me go back to you, Mr. So since it's giving you the burden now, you're the one who will explain because the students are listening, parents are listening. This is a big boost for the Booker Washington Institute. So how long is this thing going to last, this agreement?
I serve as the focal person in front of the whole thing, representing BWR, working with the team from the University of Liberia. It is that time specific. One good thing is BWR is a renowned entity that has good history of its own operation. So we are very sure that this will not go very long, probably within about 4, 5, 6 years. The University of Liberia will know that BWR is capable of spearheading this whole activity on its own. So my expectation is that we will not go beyond 6 years, and then we will be operating on our own. Why? And so, because BWR is an institution that is well established, has all of what it takes to operate at the level that we are talking about, and have a very good administration in place that is capable of carrying out this activity on its own. But from the beginning, as good practice is done around the world, we are affiliated with the university. When it comes to time, I am sure within 3-4 years, the University of Liberia will get to know that BWR can go ahead on its own.
So when do we see the first graduates coming up with an associate degree?
Oh, they will be coming up within 2 years. They started this one semester. This first.
You started doing recruitment already?
A recruitment process started since June, and the first number of students were enrolled September 15th of this year. So within 2 years, we expect to see the first number of graduates coming out of the war with Associate of Science and Associate of Arts in those very areas we are talking about.
And I know they're so excited. The students can't wait to see themselves coming out with associate degree. BWR is going somewhere now, right?
Yes.
Great. So let's talk about this induction of a career and skills consultative council. Are you doing this because of this associate program?
Yes and no. No, there's a project by the European Union that is now being carried out at the Booker Washington Institute called URASI. URASI is not only limited to the Booker Washington Institute, Tottenham High, NVTC, Zwedru Motolateral, among other TVET institutions in Liberia are benefiting from URASI. But BWR is the focal institution. Now, around the globe, TVET institutions usually have a group that is referred to as Career and Skills Consultative Council. What is the function of this group? This group comprises of stakeholders, employment organizations, civil society organizations, government entities, and other institutions and individuals who have interest in TVET. They come together as a council to work along with TVET institution in looking at career areas that need to be focused. They also look at curriculum from other institutions. They look at what is needed at the website. And based on this information, they consult the administration of the TVET institution so as to improve curriculum or carry out those development that will impact training to the expectation of the nation as well as employers. So you rising coming on board in discussion with the administration of BWR, and we agree that we will be the first to establish this career and skills consultative council, and we expect the other TVET institutions that are benefiting from the URising project to copy after us. So we have already formed those entities that will select their personnel to act on the council, and this council will be inducted tomorrow during the program that we are here to talk about.
The entities that are part of the council, you want to call some of them their names?
like the aviation. The aviation entity at Rabafi. We have G5, which is the Coca factory. We have Mano Oil Palm, the one I took over for Sindabi. And we have JFK. We have Simeco, and many other institutions that we have been dealing with over the years as training partners.
That's good to hear. So it's been there already. It's just that you want to improve on it, if I understand what you say.
But to put them together now as a group to work in a net in advancing us, that had not been the way it is. So we're moving ahead. What we need to do in Tampa, industrial, they will call all of them, and there we hang here and they critique our curriculum and see what in it that best suit them, what they think we need to add. That is how they're going doing the industrial. But this one with the council, they will be meeting regularly and be in touch with the administration throughout the year.
I see some hand is up. You want to interject a little bit?
Who can be a member of the council? So we had category of institutions and or individuals who are partners to BWI. There are partners who are of high influence, but then low interest, okay, in absorbing our students. There are partners who are of high interest, but maybe low influence. And there are partners who are of
yes, I think you should bang up a little bit. It was okay. I was getting some feedback. Much better.
Thank you. There are partners who are of high influence and high interest. So when we went to do the analysis, we got to realize that yes, people who are of high influence but of low interest, you can have them be a member of such a council. Okay, even though they got the political power, they got the might, but then they don't have interest in promoting TVET programs. So through the analysis, we're going to realize that yes, 8 of these working entities, these employment entities, got the influence and they got the interest. In that case, if you partner with them, you will have a good TVET institution, and that's how Jogo Water and all are part of this new council. So the council will almost be like a bowl, to an institution. They will advise the TVET institution as to how to proceed, and if you have to create job employment, they will also be there to assist the institution. So they're going to have a lot to do for BWI. Okay, and I want to talk a little bit on the other side of the affiliation. BWI have been struggling. There have been some political rigmaroles. To be independent as a tertiary institution, it have to be legislated, especially so that which have to do with government institution. So BWI have been suffering from this. Some time back in 2012, 11 to 12, Ben Fofana introduced a bill seeking the elevation of BWI to a technical college. I guess about that time, you have had a Habel College, also coming up. So it became political why they should have Habel College and then you should have BWI as a technical college. But the fact that BWI has an establishment, okay, infrastructural wise, manpower development, up to present, the administration has sent more than 25 young persons in China, Australia, Zambia, Kenya to do the master program.
Uganda as well.
So that upon a return, so this kind of a development, I think, it was from that perspective that the administration said, look, we can't be waiting for the admin. Since it is a global phenomenon that higher institutions could affiliate with lower ones, Then let's check around. And that was how, this administration thought that they would check around to see who will start doing something so that the young people from BWI or from Kakata and its environment would not be struggling coming to Monrovia for school, going Banga for school. You understand? So that was how the affiliation between BWI and UL started. And tomorrow is a groundbreaking one. It's an earth-breaking one. We expect the full bench of the UL administration to be at BWI tomorrow, where pen and paper will be dialoguing and making sure that the joint resolution is signed so as to have this thing going on smoothly.
Okay, so since you're the communication head at BWI, let me hold you there so we'll talk a little bit about this honor bestowing on the membership as the honorary membership that's going to be bestowed on the vice president and the president for academic affairs. Talk about that.
Yeah, it is in my preview because I am the Secretary General of the Alumni Association, Liberia, and so whenever we were having conversation with the UL administration, it was realized that like Dr. Nelson, the president, said, I really wanted to be an alumni of BWI at one point of the discussion. And Dr. Nelson himself said, I really wish to have attended BWI. And so it came to our mind that, look, these people having been in the vanguard for our elevation and with the mind that they just love the institution, we think that we need to get in their flower while they are alive. But from that perspective, that the administration, along with the BWI alumni executive, have resolved in bestowing honorary membership upon these two distinct personalities, the UL president and the UL vice president for academic affairs. They are going to be declared alumni of the institution tomorrow, henceforth.
Great. Yeah, because of their love for BWI, but they didn't say why they love BWI, why they wanted to be a part members of students or maybe alumni of BWI.
The fact that BWI seems to be the premier institution of TVET in Liberia. Everybody love good things. Cyprine, he love to have good friends, and so with the bold step taken, that look, we want to affiliate with the University of Liberia, and then agree to our proposal, then that become a token of the friendship, all right? And so the president of the BWI Mr. Parker, Thomas Bobo Parker, is going to be there tomorrow, on whose leadership will be prepared to bestow upon these two distinct characters our membership as alumni, and for sure, they are going to be playing a role henceforth as member of the Alumni Association of BWI.
So when is the program tomorrow? What time? And who are those you have invited to grace this auspicious occasion?
Ministries and agencies. We invited a lot of working entities. And I want to turn it a little bit to Mr. Sweet because he is the task force commander for this program.
So Chief, it's back to you.
Thank you very much. Okay, thank you, Sam. You asked the question, why Dr. Zena, Dr. Nelson desire to become a member of BWI Alumni Association. BWI is a brand that's easily sold. Besides that, BWI has the best alumni association in Liberia. No argument about that. If you were to leave from here and go in the States, when BWI Alumni Association convention is being held, people come from all of the states. What are the alumni of BWI? So long they know that the Alumni Association is meeting, Liberians from across the United States gather to go there, even some West African. So Dr. Zena, Dr. Nelson, these are people who have been traveling for some time, and they know what it is like to see graduates of BWI assembling and having that convention. That whet their appetite and have always had the desire to become member of this wonderful alumni association. Now, who are invited to the program? We invited almost all of the ministries, knowing that BWI is a government entity, so we cannot do something and leave other government entities out. We also invited all of the major concession and businesses in Liberia. Jetty, Simeco, BF Factory, we already talked about Coca-Cola Factory, Huntington University, AME, Zion University, and what have you.
So this is going to be a very big program tomorrow.
A very, very big program. And all alumni of BWR are invited. So Kakata will be full of dignitary tomorrow because of this auspicious program.
What time is it going to start?
With a parade from the campus of the Boko Washington Institute into the principal streets of Kakata. And the group will come back and assemble to our graduation site. And by 11 o'clock, the official program starts, where we have the induction of the council, followed by the signing of the document initiating the groundbreaking investment, having the 3 BWR becoming a degree granting entity.
Very clear, very, very clear. He's Mr. Jacob B. Sway. He's the Vice Principal for Instruction at the Boga Washington Institute. We also have in studio Reverend Moses T. Bundo and Sam Smo Baba. But let's come to you, Reverend Bundo. You've been sitting so quietly, and I know you had the placement, job placement, and so forth. Tell us, how's your area booming? What's it? How is things going like with you?
Yeah, the internship program of the Boga Washington Institute is quite well. It's going on. It's also used as the way of selling BWR to the world. The internship program, like, Cyprine, it's good that I have seen you because I have interacted with you on the phone. You have accepted some of our students here at RCR for internship. And for internship, some people call it internship, some people call it job training, others call it affiliation, and in other countries, they use the word attachment. And the reason for this is to provide hands-on for our trainings, for our students. We provide hands-on. It's also used as the matter of evaluation, because when we place our student to an entity, they give us a feedback of our training curriculum. How well are we? And it helps our student also to find job. It's an easy way to find job when you go on job training. For example, the entity has recalibrated the format of the internship. Before, when you go over internship, you come back, you have 1 semester in school. But it has been changed around. You do all of your academics and you go for internship. There's possibility that you can be absorbed by any of the entities or institutions for employment opportunity. And this is working very well. For example, we have a couple of our students at the John F. Kennedy Memorial Hospital. Like this year, it's the Darlington Tower, the HR accepted about 31 students for internship opportunity. Last year, they took about 28, and out of the 28, they absorbed about 5 students. They provided them job opportunity. Mantra, Caterpillar Company, took our students, and the boy is currently employed. Asala Metal, Jungle Water Energy Power. Even the St. Joseph Catholic Hospital is also a training partner for BWR. Jobs have been provided through the internship program for our students.
So at what stage should a student go for job training?
Now, your academics, all of the curriculum, everything has to be done. And the only thing that is left for you is to do the internship part, to go on, see the practical aspect of what you've been learning. So when you are out there, you only come back now for graduation.
Okay, so because normally some students, when they go for internship and they get absorbed, they don't want to come back to school again.
So that is why we turn it around. Instead of going for internship and coming back to the classroom, it becomes a problem. Some entities will want to take our student right at the internship, at the level of the internship, but then they have to come back to school for another year of semester of school. So to avoid all of that, we change it around. You complete all of your academics or your academic work and whatever it is, and then you are placed on internship. If there's an opportunity for employment, you go right into it. And so you don't come back to be the BR now one week you receive your papers while you are already employed. And that's how it's.
Is it BWR that goes out there to look for placement, or is it the students themselves?
It is the Booker Washington Institute that goes out first, and parents are involved, students are involved. but primarily it's the school that's responsible. Our office, the job training office, we place our entity request letters to government entities, private institutions, and even alumni and parents. And then we get the feedback. Some will say, send us this and send us that. So that is how about the school is actually responsible to find places for the students. The involvement of students is just to aid the school and us as well as the parents.
Thank you so much, Reverend Moses Bondo, and the rest of the team members here. We are about to go to the telephone lines. We have executives of the Booker Washington Institute. They're here talking about the signing of the joint resolution by administrations of both the University of Liberia and the Booker Washington Institute to offer associate degrees in agriculture, accounting, and electrical engineering through affiliation. And we said a little bit more about the induction of the Career and Skills Consultative Council and the bestowing of an honorary membership of the BWI Alumni Association on the president and vice president of the University of Liberia for Economic Affairs. Okay, so we will talk a little bit more, but let's open the telephone lines to hear from you. You've been there following the discussion. Call us on 0775 265 949. If there are any doubts you want them to clear, put your calls through to them right now. They will go right out there to clear your doubts. But anything final we want to talk about that? Any other thing that we want to talk about that we didn't mention here?
While we are within the course, I just wanted to ask something a little bit to the internship.
And the caller just came in, so we're going to interrupt you and take this. Let's pay priority to the callers. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Just be a little bit audible. Your name and where do you call from? Okay, so you can just take down your consents. Okay, you look forward to a successful signing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Let's go back to the line on 0775 265 949. Talk to executives. No, walk away from your monitor, please. Good morning. Yes, sir.
I mean, the true seriousness, tertiary education is better for our country, it's better for us to get prepared for the future. But I got a question for them. What would be the next entrant? And will it be administered across the entire country?
Thank you. Very good question. The next entrance. I know you want to get an associate degree now. Thanks a lot. 0775 265 949. Put in your calls, talk to these executives of the Booker Washington Institute. They're here talking a little bit more about education and the improvement of BWI with this partnership with the University of Liberia. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Morning.
I actually want to ask a little guest who is doing on the BWI Alumni Association board, please.
Thank you. Thank you. And another caller here on Facebook wrote and asked, I have played in the BWI Alumni Association tournament. How is it? Is it still in existence? The BWI quizzing. This is the BWI Alumni quizzing tournament. This viewer wants to know whether it's still in existence. We're taking two more calls, then we'll go back to our studio guests. So we wrap this thing up at 9:15. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, morning. No, walk away from your monitor. Good morning. 0775 265 949. Let me squeeze in one more, and then we'll go back to our guests in studio so they can respond to your concerns and make their parting statements on 0775 265 949. I can get a call coming in as well. Yeah, Sam, you were saying something before we interrupted you.
Yeah, no, I was just saying that on the aspect of job training, one of the things that prompted the job training aspect has to do with you finishing with all of your academic activities. Simply when you used to go on the campus, when the children have come from the job training and come back on the campus, to complete the semester, you will be running behind the children with writing all over the place. They're not going to go to school again. So the principal saw it as a way to transform the whole thing. So the guys will come and almost like tired. Let us stay here and finish everything one time. You understand? So right now, as they're on a job training now, there are two things to be doing. Arrival and graduation. And that arrival is so much enthusiastic, no one want to miss it. Even if you were being employed now, you will ask the employer to give you that one day. You're going to arrive. When they arrive, the freshman student make fun with them, throw them on their back, they roll on the ground and just make the fun. 1 week after, you graduate, no problem. So that was the reason why.
No more headache.
Say, look, no, make sure that the guys, all academic activity, work and all are done with, and they just go for a job training. So right now, we don't worry about them, and they don't worry about us until, right now, discussions are being held around their graduation activities.
Great. So the few concerns, you can just respond to the few concerns.
Word of work. And they don't want to see themselves in classroom anymore because they enjoy working, the social aspect of the work, they enjoy that outside of the classroom. Signing in, sometimes some entities are so good that they give them a very good package. And so when they enjoy that and they are promised a job, so coming back to school now is a little problem for the student. They want to see themselves back to job. And so that was one of the reasons that, And also, one of the things I wanted to say regarding why people want to become members of BWI Alumni Association. A lot of people wanted to enter BWI, but they did not have the opportunity. And so they still live with that desire. And that's why you see a lot of people coming back, like the late Kuda Jerry, who became principal of BWI. He said he came to BWI, he wanted to enroll, but he could not. And so all his life he's been living, wanting to be a member of BWI family. And finally, he became principal of BWI. And that was the greatest achievement for him.
So I just want you to, the few concerns, if you want to touch them, are there reasons you want to touch
them? One of the quarters is concerned about when our next entrance. Okay, we have a lot of training programs on BWI, but specifically we are talking about the degree granting program. So I'm sure that's why he is talking about the draft calendar prepared by the coordinator for that program has December, the latter part of December, for an entrance to be administered. So if it will not be December, then January of next year will be administering entrance for the program. If it is the regular program you are concerned about, the regular program entrance will be next. The first entrance will be somewhere around July, no, not July, but January, June of next year. The first week of June next year will be the entrance for the regular program. But the degree granting program that we are here to talk about, the entrance will be the latter part of December or the beginning of July. Excuse me, I keep saying July, January of next year.
Great, we're out of time already. We've exhausted our time.
Question team. There are a lot of programs that are not yet under the question team. It's not yet on for the AA, but the school has their own question team. But for the AA question team, it's not yet on.
Okay.
Role in the Alumni Association. As Secretary General of the Alumni Association, I know Mr. Thomas M. Parker to be my president. I know Mr. Thompson Kaffler, the vice president. I know Nathan Thier. I know several other guys, but I don't know anyone can plug right now in leadership. And my name is Sensible Baba of the Alumni Association leadership.
Mother chapters.
Yeah, no, real national. And so if anyone is proposing to be within the national leadership in a way we're not gonna name, is treasonal, we're gonna have you arrested because that is a responsible institution.
Okay, so I will allow one of you to speak for everybody, closing comment, and that will be the vice principal chief, because we're out of time.
Thank you very much. We have sent out a lot of invitation to people across the country to come to the program tomorrow. However, more often it's not just possible to invite every person who you want to invite. So other stakeholders like our chiefs and commissioners within Magibi and adjacent counties like Grand Bassa, next to Magibi, like Bon County, as well as Montserrat, BWI belongs to you. Please, the program is for every one of us. We are inviting you. Come for the program tomorrow on BWI. It will be a big occasion. We want for all of our chiefs to be there, whether we invited you or not, all of our commissioners, whether we invited you or not. Please come. the program is for every one of us. The principal, along with his interact, as well as the dignitary that will be coming from the University of Liberia, we all will be there to have you form part of the program. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for sharing breakfast with us. He's Mr. Jacob B. Sui Senior. He's the Vice Principal for Instruction at the BWI. Thank you so much, Mr. Reverend the Bundle Job Placement Coordinator BWI, and Sam Small Barber Senior, who is the Media and Public Relations Officer of BWI. They were here sharing breakfast with us. On that note, we take a very short break. When we come back, we'll bring in our last segment guest, who is Arthur Gotoro, who wants to unseat Representative Samuel Enders.
I was running like a fugitive all the time, risking rejection from my own people, yeah. Now that you got what you wanted, you don't even know my name. It's so funny, we don't talk anymore. You go to the people on your way up the ladder, but you meet them on your way down. That's the way it is. 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 Oh, no. I guess I can pat myself on the shoulder for a job well done. Dodging bullets in the streets, I was there, risking rejection from my own people. Now that you got what you wanted, you don't even know my name. Remember, be good to the people on your way up the ladder, because you need them on your way down. That's the way it is. The way it is. That's 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 the way it is. On your way down, that's the way it is. Oh no, that's the way it is. On your way up, see them on your way down. That's the way.
Thank you so much, Cyprine Kollie. Welcome to the last segment of the True Breakfast Show. The TBS will now straight up to 10 o'clock, 7 breakfast up to 10 a.m. this morning. Again, we'd like to say good morning to all of you listening up. Nimba Truth 96.1 carrying us live in all the affiliate radio station. My name is O'Neill. Welcome to this last segment of the TBS right here this morning. Well, it's a pleasure to have an aspirant of District number 6. District number 6 is in Montserrat County. Aspirant Ato Gotolo live with us on the breakfast show this morning. Good morning to you. How you doing?
Good morning, O'Neill. Good morning. Thanks for having me this morning.
Yes, normally we ask our guests health-wise, how's Ato Gotolo doing?
Well, I'm doing great. As you can see, I'm very strong. Health-wise, everything is okay. Everything is intact, and so we give God the glory.
How is the district? District number 6.
Well, the district is doing fine. District doing fine.
Yeah. Great. So let's get the ball rolling. Ato Gotolo. Who's Ato Gotolo?
Thank you, O'Neill. Like I said, for the invitation this morning to sit on your platform. I think it's a very good thing where we can come to explain to the people of District number 6 what we intend to do when we are elected at the 55th legislature. And so this morning we are here to go through that. But district number 6 is doing fine in terms of some of the activities we've been carrying on. So we will explain that. But you talk about who is Ato
Gotolo.
So Ato Gotolo is a son of District number 6. I was born in District number 6. I was born and raised in District number 6. 1990. The war took me back in the interior, and then we returned 1998. My parents went back 1998 in search of education. And I started school at the age of 14 years. My parents didn't have money to send us to school. We had 10 children from our parents. I'm the seventh born of my parents. I'm the only person in my family who graduated from high school, obtained a first degree, and I'm doing a master at the College of Graduate School.
Okay, so specifically, which of the area in District 6 you reside in?
I live in the Copper Farm community.
Copper 5. All along you've been in Copper 5.
I was born and raised in Peloton, There where I was born. And
in the same District 6?
In the same District 6.
So yes, been lumping for one.
District 6 is my home, and I know other place to go besides District 6.
How the decision came about? Is anybody right to contest for a representative? The decision, how the decision came about?
Well, O'Neill, the decision came about way back in 2015. A group of young people came out to me and said they wanted me to contest in District number 6. And I can remember on March 15, 2015, there was a program held in honor of me where the young people put themselves together and came to me
in 2015.
And said to me on the SD Kuboro, you live here for some time now, and the number of help you've been giving our people, it is about time that we rally around you to make sure that you contest in 2017 elections. And so, but we think that at that time we were not prepared to contest for the representative position. So we told them that, look, we can work together to do some other things in District 6 and wait for a better time where we can come to serve our people. So in 2017, we supported a candidate in District 6, Honorable Joseph Todd. He did not win. But since then, we've been there for our people. We have never reneged on helping our people. We have been there, reaching out to less privileged, reaching out to people who can afford helping our people.
So when I actually how the decision came about, because family-wise, have you said, make the decision, yes, I'm going to contest in the district? Because ballot politics not like people bullet people for no reason, and taking all of that into consideration. This decision, is your final decision, good decision, that Ato Gotolo want to contest in District number 6?
After consultation with my family, after consultation with stakeholders in District number 6, we have accepted the contest in 2023 elections. So it's a decision that's already made.
So no more secret.
It's no more secret. We are contesting in District number 6.
With all no fear, you supported Joseph Todd in 2017. Now in 2023.
Yes, I supported Joseph Todd in 2017 because I felt that Joseph Todd was the best candidate
in
after
the district.
going through his platform. Yes. And so we had no other option but to support somebody with a very good vision for the district, because this is where we were born. I was born in District 6. I grew up in District 6, I school in District 6, and I intend to live in District 6 for the rest of my life.
What's the most lacking thing in that district before moving into your platform? If you wins the representative seat in district number 6, what's the most basic thing needed for district 6?
Well, Odile, let me be very frank with you. You know, I often say to people that politics is not a profession where you go to maximize profit. If you want to get into politics, you are going there strictly to serve your people. It's about service to your people. So if you look at the way our district is being handled in terms of governance, I think there's need for us to go in there to see how best we can provide some of the services that our people actually need. For example, in district number 6, everything in our district has been personalized. I don't like to talk about, you know, the current lawmaker, but it is not only restricted to district number 6. This notion of I'm going into government to eat my own, it has become a platform for most of our people. You know, they are not going to government with clear conscience. They are not going to government with the mind that we are going to help our people. Everybody is going to government because they want to somehow benefit themselves, their family. So we want to be able to change something like that, right? For example, in district number 6 right now, as we speak to you, everything has been personalized. The lawmaker put everything in his name. So the day he leaves as a lawmaker, district 6 got nowhere to start from. If you only become the next representative for district number 6, you got nowhere to start from because everything has been personalized. It's in his name. So the district owns nothing. So we want to be able to change that narrative. We want to be able to give district 6 back to the people of district number 6.
So does it get down with the people?
You say?
It's not with the people. You want to give district 6
No, it's
back.
almost like you're renting from yourself.
Okay.
It's like you build your house when you got a hand pump in the yard and you give me the key of the hand pump and say, please, lock the hand pump and put the key. So when you come to draw water, I say, you got to pay me before you draw water. So we are renting from ourselves. So this is what we want to be able to change. We want to go to the legislature to be able to lobby with national government so that those things that will benefit the people can be in the name of the district, not in my name as a lawmaker. Because I will not be lawmaker for forever with you.
Okay.
The best thing you can do is to do projects the same way you lobby to get money to do things, right? You know, in your personal name, you can lobby for that same money and build something in the name of the district.
You're making any promises now?
Promises in terms of what?
Normally, you see, as powers always go to the podium and make some promises.
No, I'm not that person that will go and make.
You're not making any promises, so we shouldn't have you on record for that.
I'm going to work along with my people. We are going to lobby to make sure that we have so many, public facility in District 6 that will be, for the people, not for me as a lawyer.
Not for you as a go.
Not for me.
We're recording you for this. Probably maybe you could have the go to the high school.
No. There's nothing.
Or the go to the clinic.
No, that's not possible.
I mean, giving back to the district.
No, that's not how you give back to the district.
Giving district back. If you name an institution after you, there shouldn't be a problem.
Why would I be elected as a lawmaker? I got nothing before being elected, but when I'm leaving, I got more than 3 hospitals. I got more than 2-3 schools. I got different businesses in my name. Why would you do that?
If someone will cast a vote for you on elections day, what would be the main reason? What should people cast a vote for?
Well, I always say to people that don't vote for me because I'm your friend. Don't vote for me because probably you are connected to somebody who knows me, right? Vote for me based on my platform. Because when you vote for me based on my platform, when I'm going contrary to my platform, you'll be able to correct me. And I'll be able to listen to you and say, oh, you know what? When I went to these people, they voted for me predicated upon based upon my platform. And so since I'm sleeping, there's a need for me to come back and put my horse in order to do those things in the interest of our people. So on the basis of that, the Friends of Kotoro, we have created a simple platform called HELP, Operation Help District Number 6, HELP. The H is for healthcare. Under our leadership, every health facility we're going to build in District 6.
The platform you're going into
Yes,
now.
this is my platform.
The road to 2023.
The road to 2023. So this is called...
It's the same platform from Joseph Toy taking into the elections?
No, I'm not.
Because of the platform, you supported in 2017.
No, he had some of the things we intend to do already. He has some of the part of his platform, but we just add up to, to have more things done. So we said our platform is HELP, HELP. The H there is for healthcare. We want to be able to build health facility in the name of the district. The same way you can lobby, like I said, to have money in the national budget, to put it into your private clinic, to put it into your private school. You can take that same money and build district number 6 health center.
So healthcare is in the platform.
Of course,
I mean,
it's the first.
we have a lot of healthcare in District 6. So you want to say District 6 healthcare
it should be
center.
owned by the district, so that we want to be able to erase these things where people wake up in the morning to come to your house as a lawmaker only. They say we're sick. When you give them $100 or $200, they say the money is not enough to send me to hospital. So the district owns a hospital. All I have to do as a lawmaker is to lobby to make sure that we have good doctors, is to make sure that we have good, medicine at the clinic, at the hospital, so that when you wake up and you're sick, you don't have to come to me. You go to the district.
So it's a free clinic or free hospital.
Of course, it's going to be a free
hospital. So who will pay those who are going to be employed?
The government. You can look. We can build a health facility and turn it over to the government for the government to manage. Do you know that?
They do it free.
Of course, and do it free. It's going to be a public.
Are there not free clinics or free hospitals in District number 6 already?
No.
Anyway, I'm not trying to bully your platform.
I'm not seeing any free hospital or free clinic in District number 6.
Are you sure about this?
No.
Okay, just continue with your platform. Yeah.
So we want to be able to build more health facility in the name of the district, right? Not in my name as a lawmaker. That's one. Number two, the E stand for what? Education. If you look at District number 6, we got more than 100,000 inhabitants. I think it's about time that we decentralize the issue about public high school in District number 6. Look at the Tinga Village Belt. See how that place is populated. No public school in that part of District 6. Look at the Arrow2 Belt, the end of the district. See how populated that place is. No public school in that part of this District number 6. So we want to be able to lobby with national government to build more public high schools in District number 6. Only if we have more public high school in District number 6, I don't have to send my children to Cabo Mission, because all I have to do as a lawmaker is to make sure that we have good instructors, is to make sure that we have, the facility there is okay. The same for the 5 in classroom at Cabo Mission will be the same for the 5 at the public school. So my children will even go to that public school. All right. What it take for us to lobby for us to have a technical college also in District number 6?
Okay, so you're going with you done with the H, you done with the E.
Yes.
Let's say the L and the P.
The L is for local empowerment. Local empowerment, we've been there helping our people, providing micro loans for women groups in District number 6, building markets, around. You look at the VOA market. I built a market from scratch to where it is today. The money
the VOA market.
Of course, the money did not come from my pocket. I didn't pay the money from my pocket to build the market. I used my influence.
So who's doing the market?
We need the market in honor of the president.
The president.
Yes, that was what I did.
Okay.
But I lobbied for the market to be built.
The 14. What's the market name?
No, not 14. It's called the Gobe market. Yeah.
Okay.
In the VOA.
Okay.
So we've been there helping our people, providing micro loans for women groups in District number 6. Building, we're on record for building, markets in District 6, and you can go and ask. Behind me what I'm saying here, right? So we want to be able to see how best we can lobby to have our women in District number 6, have something to do, because some of our women in the market, they just want maybe $20,000 or $30,000 to be able to sell.
How you going to get this money now? So the platform is HELP, is help.
Yes.
You talk about the H, you talk about the E, the L.
It's for local empowerment.
The local empowerment.
And the P there is for public safety.
Public safety.
We cannot depend on national government to do everything, central government to do everything for us, right? The last time I felt so bad, you remember 3 months ago, there was a house that got burned in Kobofan community where I live. And I felt very, very bad that night. I came from the airport, we met the house on fire. And I tried to call my friend, my big brother, the fire service director. And I think that night there were a lot of fire incidents in Monserrado. So all of the fire service trucks were busy, in all the areas. So he said to me, the last truck that we just left, right? So what I'm trying to say is that what it takes for us to lobby as a district to have at least 1 or 2 fire service trucks parking at the district headquarters, right? So that when a house is on fire in Timas Village, you don't have to call Central Morovia for fire truck to come. You just call the district office and the fire truck will be right there to quench the fire. What it takes for us to lobby to have at least 1 or 2, ambulances parking at our district headquarters, so that when somebody is sick in the night, you call our office, our people will go and pick you up from your community and carry you to the district hospital. These are some of the things that we want to do.
So the full letters is just running into your platform.
Of course.
The HELP. So when we say Tim, I talk about will say They helped him.
They helped him.
They helped him.
They helped him. They helped him. That is our platform.
I thought that you crafted that. You took one from what's the guy? Joseph Tall.
No, it was something that we all sat down
already
as a team, and I don't work in isolation of my team. I always
it's a teamwork.
It's a teamwork. I've got a lot of professional people around me. Most of them are educated more than me. So we all sit together and see how best we can. Find a way forward for this.
It appears that district number 6 politically charged. The dissatisfaction of the people in all of that. Let's look at the issue from reconciliation. How well are you? Even if Gatolo wins the representative seats, in terms of reconciling the people in District 6,
we have to reconcile our people. It's very important because in the absence of reconciliation, most of the things that we want to do will not be done. So when we are elected as lawmaker for District number 6, we are going to have, the first thing we're going to do is to call for reconciliation. People are just better for nothing, especially the young people.
They're better for nothing.
They envy among the young people, especially the young people. It's what sometimes baffles me a lot.
So when you go to the people, what do you hear from them? What do they say to you? My very self-contested. Years back. What do they say to you? What do they say to you? There are a lot of young folks now contesting, have the ambition. It's your legitimate right. What do they say to you? What do you hear from them?
Well, I think everything is going well in terms of how the people are, coming towards us. Every time we reach out to the community, it's like the name Kotolo has become a household name in District 6. Most people hear the name. Some of them have not seen me, and most of the communities in District 6, people are setting up their own leadership for the Friends of Kotolo. And they just call us, we go there and talk to the people. All they want to know is what we can offer for them.
And what message, in terms of message you're carrying out, what's the message that you're carrying out to them? There's a song I normally play, says, fix yourself before you fix the district, fix the country. What message do you take out to the people? When these teams are all set up on the weekend, what message do you take to them?
Well, it's just simple. We take a simple message to our people that all is not lost.
You tell the people you want to redeem them?
Of course. District 6 have seen no other person to redeem them as compared to me. Because of our working in District 6. When we were not thinking about contesting O'Neill, we were working for our people. So now that the people have come and say, come and contest, we cannot let them down.
Have you heard this kind of saying that maybe you don't have money, so probably it's not a time because people look into it. I had Victor Hunston, a veteran Liberian journalist, who said in the US, people raise funds for their aspiring.
But that is in the US.
Yeah,
that is not. So how do you doesn't work? It doesn't work in our Liberian setting or in Africa.
So when Gotolo appears on a local rally in the district, what's the message? Again, I'm asking this. It's important you say it out to the public since you appear on a public platform. What message you take out to the people? When you look into the eyes, what sort of expression do you see? What's pressure you see on their various faces?
Well, the people have not benefited from the vote.
They haven't benefited.
They have never benefited from the vote, especially from 2017 to now. So when we get out to a community, we encourage our people, and we talk to them how to vote, who to vote for, what to look for in who they want to vote for, because election is not just about money.
Why should the district trust you? In fact, why should district number 6 trust you? That's why you're born and raised up there. Why should the district trust you?
My track record. Follow my track record.
You're coming out to the national government. Power change people.
No, listen.
Probably.
There are people.
Gotolo is appearing so humble.
There are people
appearing humble now. When he gives you the mantle of authority, everything changes.
What do you? Looking at where I come from, I will never change because I don't need much to live. Those who want much to live are the people that will always have problems. Only I just told you, out of 10 children, I'm the only person who graduated from high school, obtained a college degree in my family. Nobody. I bossed rock for 7 years in the rock hole. I used to boss rock in the day and go to night school. When I graduated from night school, it got tough for me. I became a motorcyclist. After 4 years, my oldest brother took me on the truck field as a cowboy. I went there as a cowboy. I learned how to drive truck, and then I became president for the National Dump Truck Union of Liberia. When I became president for the National Dump Truck Union of Liberia, the union never had an account. They never had their own place. There were proliferation of trucking union all over the place. So when I took over, the people gave me $45,000 Liberian dollars They said that what the union were keeping from 1985 to 2014. It couldn't even help. It couldn't even handle my program, my induction. That was how the current president was senator. I invited him. I invited Honorable Snow, who was the lawmaker then. They came and inducted me into office. Go and see the transformation at the National Dump Truck Union of Liberia. We have an account with LBDR. Under my leadership, we're able to lease a place for 30 years. Under my leadership, the president of the Republic of Liberia is building for us the first modern truck park in the history of this country. All right. Currently, as we speak, go to Bonja.
So this tells me that on the party level, I'm going to see Arthur Gutolo as an independent candidate.
Well, we for me, I don't want to, jump the gun right now. I'm a party person. I've been with CDC since 2005. The only political party.
You should not be ashamed of your party.
No, I would never. I'm a party person. And I want to be grateful to my party. I would never sit anywhere and deny my party.
A lot of people run away from primaries.
No, why you want to run away from primaries?
Yes, primarily.
I can't run away from primaries. If
after go to the primaries, a different thing.
You
can do the best of work, but
we are still doing consultation. Anyway. We are doing consultation. Like I said, I'm a party person, but I'm working with people in District 6 who are not from the CDC. Even though I built the CDC headquarters in District 6, but I also have the friends of Arthur Gutolo.
If you decide to go on the party, you go for primaries.
Because I have people who support me.
Except the fact that you go for primaries.
You say?
Except the fact that you go for primary. Once you want to contest on the party ticket.
Well, am I afraid of primary?
And when you get defeated at primary, you say goodbye to the process.
But there is no way I can get defeated in CDC primary. No, there is no way.
Sure,
because
there are other seditions probably that have been working well after Kutulu.
No, that if you look at District 6, when you go to District 6, do your own background investigation. There is no sedition in District number 6 that the party can take and put them on the ticket over me. If you do that,
you go as independent.
CDC may lose a district.
You go as independent.
Because listen to me. Listen to me. The people know who they want. All right?
That is different at primary.
I agree. The people know who they want. So if you go to primary and compromise the primary,
you go as independent.
Then the party might lose.
You go as independent. What did Joseph Toll said to you? In fact, he contested in 2017, and he had a lot of experience. Joseph Toll. What did he say to you now? I'm sure he's not contesting the district here in school, going in Bond County. What did Joseph Toll say to you?
Well, Minister Toll is a big brother of mine. He's a very good man. I always sit with him, and we've been having some discussion. He's my personal consultant. He have always encouraged me that I can win district number 6. Looking at the number of young people that are around me, and the kind of professional people that I mingle myself with. So he always told me, Gotolo, it is possible that you're going to win District 6 because I have done my own background investigation. And you got a lot of people supporting. Even people who are not part of the party are supporting. I have people from the Unity Party who supporting me, even though they got a stand-up barrel. But they told me when it comes to District 6, Gotolo, we will campaign for you. We'll make sure the people in our various communities vote for you. I got my friends from the ANC who have said the same thing to me.
And they are saying to you, probably they feel
the election in
District
6 is not about CDC. The election in District 6 is beyond party lines. I don't want to be a lawmaker for sedition.
Should Liberia look at individual? Because should Liberia look at individual going on the ballot bags, not on the party level now?
Of course. I think when Liberians start to look at individual, they will get some serious and committed leaders in the coming elections. Not basically because I'm a citizen, so you just bring anybody and put it on the party ticket and you think I'll vote for the person. No. Not because I'm from Unity Party, so you bring somebody, just put on Unity Party and you say it's party men. No. People are looking for somebody that they can see themselves through.
How is the process? Is it stressful?
It is stressful. But this is what we
you wake up in the morning, you see calls coming randomly.
You wake up in the morning. You wake up in the morning.
You reply if you don't return some calls.
If you can start calling 4 o'clock in the morning when you say in bed, your phone will start vibrating.
If you don't pick up the call, that's a problem.
Well, sometimes you gotta rest too. So all you have to do as a public leader is when you see some of the missed call, it's not possible that you return all the calls, but you have to check your phone always and return some of the calls because sometimes people are calling you because they are really, really stranded and need your help. Sometimes they are calling you too because, even a beep can save your life. You never know what the person is calling you for.
A bit.
So it's of course
a missed call.
A missed call. Maybe the person is calling, maybe somebody trying to come after you to harm you and all of that, you know. And the last time somebody sent me a text that, you know, they paid them $10,000 to have me killed, and they're going to kill me in 4 days, you know.
In the district?
In the district,
Is that how far you people going now?
Of course. The message is on my phone. I even called 102. I went to the police station and I
You tried to trace the number.
case.
Whose number
The
is
police
there?
is still tracing the number. The police is tracing the number. But guess what? There is nothing that can stop me from contesting in district number 6.
I mean,
you can send me all the messages you want to send me.
You've been a rag crusher,
Yes.
a crush rag, a bus driver, a truck driver. So why would people go after you, in fact?
Because they see me as a potential candidate in district number 6.
Potential candidate.
Potential candidate in district number 6.
Have you been able to have a formal interaction with the current lawmaker? I mean, the person who you want on seat, very similar enders. Whether you have sat with another district sittings?
Yes, I think in 2018 or 2019. Yes, 2020. I went to one of the district sittings, but it was not a good environment because it broke up in confusion where his office were picking and choosing who to enter the district city.
So if you win the representative seat, you will send an invitation, because it's been alleged that most lawmaker will send an invitation for district sitting.
Why you will send invitation for district sitting?
I mean, you can get the whole district coming out.
No, but it have to be open. You have to let it be open. When the hall is already parked, then you can restrict the place. But you can't say, okay, when you come and say, Martina, don't come. Let it be open. Invite the people of District 6. Let them come and listen to what you have to say.
Have you sat with him one-on-one, the current lawmaker? I mean, politics is not something of enemyship. Your leader. Have you sat with him one-on-one?
Well, one-on-one discussion. We have not had one-on-one discussion, but most of the times, they invite all of us for a program. We meet and, say hi to one another, have a side talk, and then everybody leave.
So the reason why I'm asking you probably on the party level, because I'm seeing the current lawmaker so late, probably with the CDC all along. So if you go for a primary, I don't go told him not pop up.
No, but why? In terms of why the current lawmaker,
the current affiliation.
No,
yes.
But let me say this to you. I will welcome the current lawmaker coming to the party. You know what?
Not to contest on the ticket.
Whether you want to contest, it is his right. Whether you want to contest on the ticket,
when you go for the primary
or not, that's not what I'm looking at. Is let me tell you something. The elections of President Weah is more important more than any other elections. So if somebody is coming to join the party,
you mean the re-election of
President
So you go for gold, but not being represented.
No, that's not what I say.
And you have the re-election.
Hold on. You asked me a question that you see the current lawmaker around the party and maybe he's trying to come to the party. And I said, I will welcome the current lawmaker coming to the party, because if he comes to the party, even if he has 2 persons, it will add up to the number and the president will be elected, right? So we will welcome him coming to the party. But I'm not sure he's coming to the party with anyway,
So I was thinking whether I put some fear in most time when I pop up the live and see the president, it's at this point I see the current lawmaker is there.
Yeah, all of us can be there.
It can be there.
All of us.
So you are seeing it
at the district, at the president tour in District 6. He and I were the only president.
The president returned from the U.S. General Assembly.
He and I were the only president that was sitting on the platform with the president in District 6.
I didn't see you when the president arrived from the U.S. I saw the current lawmaker. So I'm seeing that he's coming around the party so closely.
No, when the president arrived
from the U.S. General Assembly.
Yes, I wasn't there because I had a speaking engagement in District 6. So I didn't go to the airport.
Great. So let's move on to some national thing before I flip a few calls on the line. The issue of the 30K. So have you asked, the lawmakers now have become so embarrassed of this 30K issue. If Adogotolo wins the representative seat in district number, so we receive the 30K, I want to say it's legitimate.
Well, O'Neill, the issue of the 30K,
I mean, it's a huge sum of money.
Taking the 30K is not a thing. But using the 30K for your constituent to benefit is the issue. The people in District 6 need clinic. They need school.
But you keep talking about clinic and school.
That
district, look.
No, hold on. The people of District 6 need hospital. They need school. They need other things to be done. So if you as a lawmaker receive 30K, that's why you got something they call district development council, you got to set up a team that will manage the affairs of the district in consultation with you as a lawmaker, right? So if I take 30K and come to my people and ask them, what can we do with this 30K? And we use the 30K in the interest of District 6. I don't see that as anything. What is wrong is to take the money and use it for your personal, on your personal level. That is the wrong thing. But taking the 30K is not anything. You can take the money and make sure that the people of the district benefit from that money.
So you receive it, but the district should benefit.
The district should benefit. It should be for the district.
District should benefit. All right, folks. His name is Ato Gotolo. Gotolo, eh? Gotolo. Yeah, I'm laughing thinking about your years, but you crushing racks.
7 years. I was buzzing around for living.
You were in the wilderness. Let's get the lines activated up if you want. Let's have a few calls up until 10 o'clock. This morning, 0770-153-265. Call, be live on the Breakfast Show this morning. Let's pick our very first caller on the line. Good morning.
Good morning, O'Neill.
Morning.
Thank you. This is the voice of Elijah Muguno, and I join from Signal Station number 6, Monserrado County. Let me appreciate the honorable in studio this morning. Honorable Gotoro, good morning.
Good morning.
And let me say this, with the platform that you just brought for, frankly speaking, the platform work, it was commendation, it was supporting, and I stand by you in the struggle. Thank you this morning for the opportunity.
Thank you. 0770-153-265. Call. You'll be live for the Breakfast Show this morning. Ato Gotolo. It's for us this morning. Let's see if we pick another call on the line. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
My name is Samson Roberts. I do journey from Electoral District number 6 to be precise, Tinker Village.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
Yeah. We want to say thank you to Ato Gotolo for such a deliberation. And we are behind, but we also need to come to Tinker Village. There are some undone projects in Tinker Village that we want for him to do for us, we the people, so that we can put our support behind it. Although our support is always behind him, but we also want him to do.
So why you always wait for someone to have an ambition to contest before you go for a project?
The thing about it is that if the Christmas will be good, you know from the Eve. So
the Christmas will be good. I imagine that what aspiring are going through. Anyway, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Morning. Go ahead.
My name is Richard Kine from District number 6, Monserrado County. We are carrying Honorable Ato Gotolo on our representative because Samuel Ennis failed us completely. He has failed us to the extent that to even walk in the community, that's a problem for him. I live in our community.
All right. Thank you. Let's pick another caller. Amara Fofana. Amara, morning.
Morning, bro. How you doing?
Amara, you have to be audible. I'm struggling to hear you.
Yeah, how you doing?
Go ahead.
Let me say good morning to Gotolo in studio.
Morning, Amara. I'm at the district.
Yeah, we're here. Working with our people gradually. You know, this struggle is a struggle of the masses.
Another aspirant on the line.
I hope to see you at the legislature.
Another aspirant on the line. Talk to another aspirant. Go ahead. I'm going to find out District 12.
O'Neill, they want to talk to the 3 aspirants on air right now. O'Neill,
no, I'm a former candidate. All of you will try, you're going to be denied by neck at the dying minute. So all of you are just aspiring. I'm a candidate. So go ahead.
Okay, yeah. Former candidate, all right. We are all expiring. Anyway, I want to say thanks to Mr. Gotolo for his deliberation. But you're asking a very critical question. And I think you will have to work around that. The incumbent lawmaker being seen around the party and the president, who is the political leader. And I love my friend cleverness and articulation. He said, the president's election remains supreme. Meaning indirectly, once anybody can help to have the president re-elected in voice, it means that his election can come secondary or succumb to the person who will bring out aid. Is it clear to provide more clarity on that?
Okay, clarity on that.
Yeah, let me conclude on this. Let me conclude. Yeah, because you see, the issue of politics is a compound complex issue. What is happening at the party executive, you may not be in the know. I'm a victim. I'm speaking as a victim during 2017
Victim of the Unity Party.
Yes.
You are slapping the face for what's this guy needs to be the Italian affairs? Yeah, Zizi. Augusta Zizi, yeah.
Okay.
So that made you left the party. I'm out for fun, no more the Unity Party. Quickly. Anyway, he's up the line. Let's pick our last caller. Good morning. You have to be audible. Morning.
Yeah, Victor Champ from Kollie from ERB Hospital.
Okay, go ahead, Victor.
Okay. Honorable Ada Botolo is a gateway to district number 6. My entire household will vote for him.
The district that he said they don't have a gate?
He's the gateway.
Yeah, where is the gateway? The gateway for Labrador and Freeport. Why I thought it'd be the gate?
Yeah, he touched life, and I'm a living testimony to that. So my entire house is going to put him.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll pick a complimentary call on the line this morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Oni Rabo, and good morning to Honorable Kutulu. Thank you very much, Oni Rabo. This is Bobby Abu Menska. I call from District 6 SD Koporo. Mr. Kutulu, since you said to yourself that you want to become a lawmaker in District 6, what are some of your workings with SD Koporo community?
Okay.
All
right.
I don't see nothing.
Those are revolutionary now. Anyway, they may working the SD Kopa side, right?
I'm not hearing nothing like communication for Ato Kotolo, putting people together and for a platform. I reside in a community. I'm from the Master Center right there where I reside, and we can see the Ato Kotolo person.
All right. Thank you. Yes, you're listening up to the caller. It's 7 o'clock. I don't want to go further into our radio time. Yes, you care to respond to the caller.
Yeah,
maybe the last caller.
The last caller, and also to my friend Amara.
Forget about Amara, man. Amara, you know the party you're kicking on the other side.
Amara is my friend.
Forget about Amara.
Amara is a
Amara looking for party Nana to go on. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So to the last caller, quickly to the last caller. You know,
they can close to the microphone.
I'm not the person that will come and tell people, say, I will be able to do project in all of the community in District 6 because I want to be a lawmaker. I'm not a person that will lie to people. But if you've been following our working in District 6, I think he will give us some good grades. The viewer market is in District number 6.
You intend reaching to SD? Is it SD Cooper?
Oh, SD Cooper. I live on SD Cooper for almost 6 years. Majority of my people that supporting me, they are on SD Cooper. And you understand? So, but those are people who have already made up their mind. They have their candidate. So we come
probably
to
you can convince this,
of course,
of
course. So I mean, if I could get his number, or probably I will announce my number. He can call my number or my chief strategist. You know, we can sit with him and see what he wants us to do on the SD Cooper Road. But we've been on the SD Cooper Road. If I have students on SD Cooper Road, I send to school. All right. So I mean, maybe I've not interacted with him personally.
Let's look at Amara for final issue quickly. Amara got that in 2017.
Yes.
In District 12.
So what I was trying to say is this, and I want Amara to know that I said, and I quote, the current lawmaker being around the chief executive or being around the president or the party authority can stop me from contesting in District number 6. Because if my party will do due diligence in District number 6, there is no other person that I can prefer besides me on the party ticket. So we are saying if the current lawmaker will come to the CDC, we welcome him because at least even that 5% you get, he will bring that 5%, it will add up to CDC number for the president to be re-elected. Like I said, the president elections is key more than any other elections. All right. So all of us are in the swamp, all of us are in the ghetto, all of us are in the communities to make sure that the president is re-elected.
You open up
President Weah is one person that I will always vote for in this country.
I'm concerned with primary
contributed to my life.
And Gotolo, I'm recording you on record for this. I'm concerned with your primary business.
So, like I said, we are still having consultation as to whether we'll contest on the CDC ticket or we'll go as independent candidate. Whatever our people will advise that we do, the majority, that's what we're going to do.
They will follow in closely.
Of course.
Just close up in a minute.
Well, I just want to say thanks to all of the people that called this morning and those that never had a chance to call but follow the program. Our offices are open to everyone in District number 6. We have one on the GSE Road and we have another one to Studio Junction. You can reach to our office to pick up your membership form. You can call us to come to your community to meet your people. We want to say thank you so much to my team, for preparing me for this interview. And I want to say thanks to the True FM family for inviting us today.
Okay, the voice of Representative Cyprine of District Number 6, Arthur Kotolo, closing us up on this Thursday edition of the True Breakfast Show. Has been wonderful. Serving you breakfast and 7:30 on behalf of the entire team. Cyprine Kollie, Richard Lucinin. My name is O'Neill. We're taking our break. We'll be back on Monday. So Augustine Sion Maka Davis will be on the Friday edition of the TBS. So until then, have a godly Thursday.
In my whole life, my whole life, about a dream. My whole life, about a dream. Too many people hate, others hate. Why?